In 1997, the American folklorist David Hufford conducted research into the so-called black-eyed children, supernatural beings who allegedly appear at the doors and windows of houses asking to be let in. Interestingly, accounts about these creatures did not come from medieval legends or tribal traditions. They began to appear in the 1990s, primarily in America, as if they had come out of nowhere. Hufford suggested a collective psychosis or a projection of subconscious fears. But there is one problem. People who survived encounters with black-eyed children described the same things with striking accuracy. And there is evidence, physical evidence, scratches that do not heal. Nurse Ellen Harrison had worked at the Detroit Children's Hospital for 23 years. She had seen death more times than she could count. Illnesses, accidents, premature babies who did not survive the first week. Ellen had learned to cope. She learned to separate emotions from her work. It was necessary. But that night was different. It happened around 3 in the morning in the pediatric ward, room 347. Ellen was doing her rounds, checking monitors, recording vitals. In that room lay a boy, 4 years old, with acute leukemia. His condition was critical, but stable. The parents had left about 2 hours earlier, exhausted. When Ellen entered the room, she immediately knew something was wrong. The air in the room was colder than it should have been. The thermometer mounted on the wall read 36 degrees Fahrenheit. Impossible. The HVAC system was set to a comfortable temperature. But that wasn't the main thing. The main thing was that there was another child standing by the boy's crib. A boy, about the same age as the patient. He wore a faded blue pajama set that looked as if it had lain in a closet for 50 years. His hair was wet, tangled. His feet were bare, but his eyes, God, his eyes. They were not eyes. They were black voids, 2 deep hollows in his face, as if someone had gouged out pieces of emptiness and set them into the skull. They did not reflect light. They swallowed it. Ellen could not speak. She stood in the doorway, paralyzed. The black-eyed boy turned his head toward her. Very slowly, the hinges of his neck cracked like knuckles. "Do you see me?" he asked. His voice was like the scrape of rusted metal, like noise through an almost closed window. Not right. Ellen tried to scream, but she couldn't. Her throat was frozen. "I have to be here," the boy continued. He moved closer to the crib, and Ellen noticed that he was not touching the floor. His feet hovered a few centimeters above the linoleum. "This is my bed. This is my hospital. This is my place." "Who are you?" Ellen finally whispered. The boy turned his head a full 100 degrees. Too far. Too unnatural. "I live here," he said. Then he disappeared. He did not walk away, did not flee, did not pass through her. He simply ceased to exist. One moment a dark figure in blue pajamas, the next, empty air. Ellen screamed. Her hands shook. She flicked on all the lights in the room, checked the patient. The boy was asleep. Monitors read normal values. Nothing had changed. But on Ellen's arm, from wrist to elbow, 4 parallel scratches had appeared. Deep, red, bleeding, as if someone had gripped her with an invisible razor-sharp hand. Ellen searched the room and summoned a doctor. The doctor examined the scratches and raised his eyebrows. "Where did that come from?" he asked. "I don't know," Ellen answered. "I don't remember getting them." She was sent to the hospital clinic. A nurse cleaned the wounds, applied dressings, gave hygiene instructions. The incident report read, "Presumed self-inflicted injury during an anxiety episode." Ellen didn't argue. Who would believe her? The next day she tried to return to work, but couldn't. Her arm hurt. The scratches looked worse. The edges darkened and swelled. The doctor prescribed antibiotics. Nothing helped. On the third day, driven by some instinct, Ellen went to the hospital office and requested records for room 347 for the previous 5 years. In the archive, she found a record. In January 1998, 5 years earlier, a 4-year-old boy had died in that room. His name was David, acute leukemia. Death occurred at about 3 in the morning. His mother still called the hospital. The nurses recognized her voice. Every year on the anniversary of his death, she asked them to check the room, to make sure everything was all right. Ellen tried to find the mother's contact information and called her. "Mrs. Coleman, I work at the hospital where your son was treated. I want to ask you something very strange." Silence on the other end. "Have you seen him?" Ellen asked. The mother's voice was calm, almost expectant, as if she had long known. "Seen who?" "My son, David. He appears in the room every year. Around the anniversary, people call me, doctors, nurses, orderlies. They've seen the boy in the blue pajamas I buried him in. They've seen him at the cribs of other children. Soon after his appearances, the children either recover or die, as if he decides their fate." "That's impossible," Ellen whispered. "I know," the mother replied, "but it happens, and I know why. David was never an ordinary child. Even when he was alive, when he was 2, my husband saw our son hover above his bed while sleeping. A few centimeters, then it stopped. Or we decided it stopped. David was a good child, but there was something wrong about him. When he looked at you, it felt like he was looking through you, into some other place." Ellen felt her blood run cold. "Mrs. Coleman, I have scratches on me. From your son, I think. They won't heal." The mother sighed. It sounded like death. "Scratches mean choice," she said. "He chose you. You either save him or you join him. It happens to those who see him. David was alone. He was born wrong, died wrong. Now he cannot leave this place. This place binds him. This hospital is his refuge. And he looks for others, other wrong children. He waits for them to come here, and he takes them with him." "That's madness," Ellen whispered. "Maybe," the mother agreed. "But your scratches are real, aren't they? The pain is real." After that conversation, Ellen underwent tests for infection, fungus, any possible pathogen. They found nothing. The scratches simply did not heal. They did not suppurate. They did not inflame. They remained open, red, and excruciating. 2 weeks later, Ellen noticed her eyes starting to change color. They were getting darker, not an ordinary hue, but black as ink, as night. She looked in the mirror and saw the boy in the blue pajamas looking at her from the depths of her own face. Ellen took leave, then extended leave, then disability. She was seen in Detroit a few times. People said she looked empty, as if no one were inside. Her eyes were black wells. She walked among children and looked at them with those black eyes, whispering something. Then she stopped being seen at all. In 2024, documentarian Ryan Beckett released a film called Black Eyes, Myth or Reality. In it, he interviews doctors from the Detroit Children's Hospital, parents of patients, other nurses. Dr. Roberts says to camera, "Ellen Harrison was the best nurse I ever knew. She disappeared in 1998. Officially, a flight from reality, a nervous breakdown. But rumors circulate in the hospital. People say they saw her in the hospital corridor at 3 in the morning, always at 3. She walks from room to room and looks at the children, and the children she looks at soon die. or recover, but change, become different. David's mother, Mrs. Coleman, gives an interview at the end of the film. She looks far older than her years. Her hands tremble. "I often think I killed my son with my love," she says. "I held him too close. I didn't let him go when I should have. I tied him to this hospital with my desperate prayer for life. And now he can't leave. Now he takes others." "Do you believe he is still there?" the filmmaker asks. Mrs. Coleman nods. Then she rolls up her sleeve. On her arm, from wrist to elbow, are 4 deep parallel scars, old, long-standing, but still visible. "I saw him last month," she says, "in room 347, my boy. He's the same as the day he died. Maybe I'm a foolish mother wanting to see my dead son. Maybe it's my imagination. But the scratches are real. And I am not the only one who sees him." At the end of the film, they show footage from the hospital's surveillance cameras. It shows the small figure in blue pajamas appearing in room 347 at 3 in the morning. The boy approaches the crib where a 4-year-old girl sleeps. He leans close, and his black eyes shine on the screen like 2 holes in reality. The girl wakes. Her mouth opens as if to scream, but no sound comes. The boy reaches out. His fingers touch the girl's forehead. Then the video cuts out. "A technical error," the hospital explains. "The camera battery died. The girl who lay in room 347 lived 7 more days. During that time, her condition rapidly improved. Doctors called it a miracle. But when she was discharged, the nanny noticed something strange. The girl's eyes began to change color. They darkened, and at night she would wake and stare out the window at the children's hospital with an expression no child should know. Deep, infinite longing." A closing title in the film reads, "Ellen Harrison and 4 other nurses disappeared from Detroit between 1998 and 2002. Their cases are closed as runaways. But on social networks, there are forums where people share stories of encounters with black-eyed children in medical institutions across America. The stories describe the same things: cold, black eyes, scratches that do not heal, and children who soon change, become different, become not entirely human. Room 347, empty. But under the bed, if you look closely, you can see small, wet, bare footprints. They run from the wall to the crib and back. Prints that, judging by the paint curling on the floorboards, have been there a long time.